Oh, probably not. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday, Hump Day.
Yeah!
Exactly. And so that means we are doing Xbox Nation, everybody's favorite Wednesday podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to assume. Not
Very
to
specific.
not to take anything away from any of the other fine podcasts out there, but hell, we do a pretty good job of getting stuff in there. If you guys are just joining us, please hit that like button early and often, share it out. Let's get started. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff to talk about. I'm actually very excited because we missed last week, unfortunately, and it sucks, man. I hate missing some time, but something came up last minute, and so we kind of left. And then I did a cool little like one person podcast, and I promised Pred, I was like, dude, I'm going to have you on. And then here he is. But we're going to get introductions here. Mooch, or Adam Sandler, as people call him.
Yes.
What's going on, my friend?
What is up, buddy? No, good night. It's funny. I just read your topics list. But, just because I'm so into gaming, I'm that prepared, crap. So I'm ready for anything.
You're the man, Mooch. You're the man.
I do what I can.
Yes, we're both super pissed off about the Patriots too. Sports. Probably not you as much as me.
Not
but
nearly as much as you. No.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so pissed off. But anyway, I'll get over it. Because you know what? Hey, that frees up my Super Bowl Sunday. I ain't gotta watch it. That's what I'm saying. So we also got Salty. Big congratulations, going to be Salty Father ×2. What's up, man? How you doing? Congratulations. All that kind of good stuff. How's it going, man? How's things going with that?
It's good, man. My good friend was giving me shit. He's like, yeah, if you have a boy, he's going to come out of the womb and start flossing like he's playing Fortnite.
Oh, man. He'll probably get sued.
Get sued right out of the womb.
Yeah. You're served. Here you go.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah, man. Just having a good time. It's good to be back. Good to be back.
Heck yeah, man. Appreciate it. We also got Lady Foxfire. What's up, Foxy? How you doing?
Hi! No, I'm doing good. Just, was teasing you about Starburst, and now I know, since we missed last week, then you were at a Starburst party, so I'm really jealous about this.
I was doing the floss dance, and we were all doing the floss dance, picking strawberries.
Oh, no, and then I blocked you and unfollowed you.
Oh, man.
That's what happened.
That's cold-blooded. Come on.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. Yeah, but you're back. You've been putting out a lot of cool content as well.
Yeah, always. Every week.
Heck yeah, so make sure you guys check her out, and Salty and Mooch and Pred and everybody. So we also got VapeBot 429. What's up, VapeBot? How's it going, man?
All right, I have gotten really good at muting while I'm vaping, but guys, It is Hump Day. We are back on Xbox Nation, guys. I have been hyped for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours or so before the show. Just couldn't wait to get
somebody's got crack flavored vape, right?
Oh,
dude, there's actually the vape shop I work at. We sell something called crack cake. By the way.
Oh, hey, you guys, is it true that Crunch Berries is a thing, or Captain Crunch?
Captain Crunch is a huge thing.
Okay.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles as well.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
Any popular cereal that you can think about, they got it there. But guys, I do want to say, according to Salt, I am the only person right now enjoying Hitman 2. And I got to let you know, my brother, Salty, you know what? I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I don't need anything multiplayer. I am assassinating people with a fish. I am dropping people in the sewers, dead bodies and all, and leaving there undetected, man.
Taking their clothes.
Man. In the game, right? In the game.
Oh yeah.
In the game.
In the game.
Yes, not real life. So
next,
yes, and making his debut after many requests, we've got Predator. What's up, man? Welcome to Xbox Nation, man. Really do appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out and doing the show tonight. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Finally on the show. This is one of the few shows I've not been on. So after mooching myself into the show, I'm happy to be here. And glad I was able to get on with you guys tonight, man. I actually forgot it was Wednesday.
Dude, I forgot too. And then I saw the thing where I was like, oh, I'm going to invite you next week. And I was like, oh, I'm a Predator this week. Yeah, so that's cool.
I'm glad you wrote that down, because had you not done that, I would have never remembered.
Yeah, it would have been funny if you would have been like, damn, I'm busy tonight. And I would have been like, damn, that's cold-blooded, man, because I saved you a spot and everything. I kind of want to just get started with a topic that I didn't even write down, but I meant to, which is I know. Sea of Thieves enjoying a resurgence on Twitch, Mooch.
Yeah.
There's some big names out there. So apparently it's enjoying an excellent start to 2019 after all these expansion packs. Shrouded Spoils, apparently all this stuff. The core gameplay has always been fun to watch, and it's goofy and colorful according to this one, I guess, Polygon article. Summit 1G, one of the biggest streamers to pick up the game recently, gave a wonderful showcase of the game's best moments. And apparently there's a lot of other streamers now, thanks to this one person doing it, including Dr. Disrespect and Ninja, that are actually playing the game, like Mooch. Like I'm very curious to kind of find out what you think about this, because there's a lot of people out there playing the game.
First of all, you guys know I'm a big, actually, Dr. Disrespect as well, fan of his, and also a fan of Ninjas. I like people that promote games. These guys, you don't have to like what they play. You may not like their attitude. I dig their attitude. I like their whole ambiance. But I'll be honest with you, them playing the game has brought the game to new levels and new heights. And I'll tell you something. Anybody that follows me on Xbox knows this. That's been my go-to game with the family every Sunday for the past, 4 to 5 Sundays. So this has nothing to do with the resurgence that just took place in the past week or two. We've kind of gone to it, and we're not doing, and me and Crap know this because we hung out with Zucker, who's a pirate legend. He said, you got to do all the skull forts and this and that to actually gain ground. I'm just doing simple missions and having fun solving riddles with the family. But I got news for you. I've been there. Anyone that's following me on Xbox knows I've been playing Sea of Thieves almost every Sunday for about 2.5 hours. The game's a lot of fun, Crap. And listen, here's the thing. I don't think it's your Friday night go-to. I don't know if it's even your Saturday night go-to. But realistically speaking, it's a game that, with a bunch of buddies, when you're not in the mood to loot hunt, quest hunt, treasure hunt, figure out this, that, when you just want to chill with your friends, have a couple of drinks, yuck it up over a long week, it's a blast. As a family thing, it's a lot of fun. You get on there, you try to solve puzzles. The kids have a blast. There's the skeletons, the ship, the minute you're ship. And now, that's the thing. Bravo to Gamer Boss and the whole crew out there, okay? Craig Duncan and his crew. They've made it so now that the open seas are not so open in a good way. Now there's a lot of activity. There's pirate ships. There's not only the human element, but now there's the CPU element. And that's what I like to see. That's what I thought was missing, was a nonstop action that you would get on the high seas. And now that's there, along with different missions, quests, puzzles, etc. It's a fantastic game. Listen, guys, it's in Game Pass, so there's no reason you shouldn't be playing it. But
no reason not to try it anyway.
I own the game. I love the game, and I think it's gotten better and better and better. And it's weird, Crap, because it would be really something for me to say these lines to you guys and to the audience right now. But I have actually been doing this for well over a month with the fam, and it's been a lot of fun. So it is a good time to go jump headfirst back into Sea of Thieves. And good for those guys that are out there on Twitch and Mixer to put this game first and foremost, put it up front, and let people know about it.
Guys, I gotta ask, did they do the update where they added kind of more story elements to the game yet? Because I don't even know if they did that. All right.
Hey, first of all, Mooch, did you bump your head? Do you forget how you trashed Sea of Thieves? Because I don't.
Listen, now, Salty, you only caught the salty part of my commentating on the game. You are right.
Never was. What else did you say about that?
Never was.
No content. You play it for an hour and forget about it.
How many times, Salt, have we sat here and said, let's listen to the developer. We're going to come out with content. We're going to give you this content, 3 square meals. It's going to come out every time you turn around. And then what do we get? Nothing. This game is actually giving you something. Now, that's something. Let's also be honest, okay? This something right now is an extra scoop of cauliflower and vegetables at the dinner table. It's not a whole lot of material, but it's something. So that's fine. I'll take the veggies if that's what they're giving me. But realistically speaking, it's a lot of
small
fun.
stuff. What is that Fox used to call it?
The little things.
The little things.
Yeah, the little things. Yeah.
And Salt's right. I will say this much. Look, it's not going to be as beefy and this and that as other games. It's a go-to game. It's a game that, Salt, if you put in 7,000 hours and I put in 7, we both get to do the same activity tomorrow.
So here's the deal. I've been on the train for Sea of Thieves forever. You can go check the tape. I've been singing its praise and saying it's getting updated and this and that. Right. And it's interesting to go back to look at, some of the people that were, not specifically you, Mooch, but people on social media that were talking shit about the game, saying it was dead, saying that there was no players in it. And meanwhile, I was saying, no, it's not. It's this and that. And then also I was saying back in the day, I was like, this is a perfect game for streamers. Just wait and see. It just needs a little bit more content. And then boom, one big streamer starts streaming it, and then I get all these excuses from people on social media. Oh, it's just one big streamer. He can pull viewers playing solitaire, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So I've heard it all, and then I responded to them. No, it's not just one streamer. And then after that, Ninja starts streaming. Tim the Tatman starts streaming. Dr. Disrespect starts streaming. But then I still get the same excuses. It's just excuses and damage control. Oh, these guys could stream solitaire. They could stream themselves clipping their own nails, and people would tune in. And that's
decided not to, though. They decided not to stream solitaire or whatever. They chose to play this game.
Here's my question to Salty. Salt, I want to give you the mic back. I just want in your pitch here, which I think is very true, and you have defended it since day one. Is this, I would say, though, Dr. Disrespect and also Ninja and these other guys that are big out there, they also did this same thing with Blackout when it came out, right? And they played it for a week. And then
but they played, the difference is, though, Mooch, they played Blackout when it first came out, whereas they're going into this game now.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I'd like to call Crapgamer to the stand because he just helped Mooch out. When I was making those comments, because the first time when this game came out, it didn't have anything in it.
Well, no, the fact that it's calling people. Well, no, they did, and then hold on. These people did play it, and then they abandoned it. You know what I mean? So now people are coming back to it.
That's what I did. And
I don't know if you remember, but if you go back in the '90s, Ponderosa didn't offer the wings in the buffet. They came back when they offered the wings.
The hell's a Ponderosa? Are you talking about that
buffet? It's a buffet.
Dude,
you don't know? They don't have that in Florida, man. Come on,
they're extinct now. But my whole point is this, Crap. What I'm saying is they came back. They came back because now there's content. There's something there to eat.
Hey, but good. Hey, props to them for sticking that out, though, right?
Right.
I mean, it only takes one crack in the dam to break it, and it took one big streamer to start upping his numbers, and it's just all a waterfall after that. These guys follow these trends and numbers and analytics, just like YouTube. What's trending? What's popular? And it's just like, you could see this. People are making content on YouTube. Hey, this was my stream. This is, the highlights of Sea of Thieves. People are tweeting out from Rare. Hey, all those new people that are here, welcome. You see all the people that have been there from day one. They're like, welcome. We've been here from the beginning. Try to be all cocky or whatever. It's just good for the game. A lot of people said it was dead. It's not dead, man. And it speaks volumes to how successful this IP is for Microsoft, because people were saying it was dead in the water. It was a waste of time. Rare should be shut down. All this stupid shit.
And it got so much shit too. Just because of the way it looked and stuff like that. And people are still playing this game. So, and it's been a year since this game came out?
It'll be a year, March.
Almost a
year. Elemental Pino says, panel, can we take Sea of Thieves off the mediocre list now? I think so. I think, obviously nobody's going to go back and re-review the game. But if you were, it would probably get somewhere between 70 and 80, I would bet, over whatever the heck it's at now, 62 or 64, whatever. And again, Mooch, panel, what did we all say when this game came out? We were like, probably if you did go back to the game after a year, it's going to be a completely different game. And to their credit, they've actually gone out there and they've done a good job at sort of doing that. So props to them.
Updates every month, events every time they add new creatures, and sometimes they move them around, so it's not the same stale thing where you go back to the same location and there's the same guy. No, what's it called? The giant shark. What is it called again?
Megalodon.
The Megalodon.
It's everywhere. I saw 3 of them last time I played the other day. And they were different. I was like, what the hell? They just keep popping out. Along with the skeleton ships, along with the Kraken. So it's always active. It's not as it was before, where you're driving or you're
driving.
You're in the
do
boat.
that too. Why
Yep,
not?
I'm gonna drive on the boat. When you're sailing for a while, next thing you know, you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go from island to island and nothing's happening. It's
So when was
not
the
like
last
that
time
anymore.
you guys played Sea of Thieves besides Mooch?
Me and Mooch, I played it with Mooch probably about 3 weeks ago or so, maybe 4 weeks ago with him and Zulker. We
week and a half.
Yeah.
Week and a half for me.
It's been months. And I go for the chat too. Same question. When was the last time you guys played that game?
I think it was Friday. This Friday.
Guys, like, this is exactly how this game was made, though, and I think Mooch has said it on here and Crossfire as well. Possibly Crap. Well, no, Crap is more. He's dressed up like a pirate right now. He's just good to go.
But I'm a pirate, you scallywags. Let's go.
With this game as a service, you know, the way it came out, they're going to add content, they're going to make changes, they were going to evolve the game. So you are going to see peaks and you're going to see valleys. And right now we have one of the peaks to the game. I think another kind of high point to the game is when they add in those kind of like story elements that they were talking about. I'm glad people are streaming it. I'm glad people are excited. As for me, though, I'm not going to go back into the game until they have that story element update, and then I'll be all in as well. So,
all right. So I have a lot to say, obviously, but here's the deal. This game is arguably now the most successful new IP that Microsoft has brought out this generation. Would you guys agree? Because no other game has gotten play like this on Twitch or even social media, or the big streamers gave a rat's ass about it.
Game because my mind went automatically to Halo for some weird reason. I don't know.
Even those games.
Cuphead.
Yeah, Cuphead was good for a little bit. Yeah, they got a lot of attention.
Yeah, that whole first month. Yeah.
But first party, this is outstanding. And then another thing that people bring up is don't bring up is the fact that Rare has 200 plus employees. I think it's 250. They're split into divisions. I think Craig Duncan was tweeting today about hiring more people. So I think people don't realize how big this game can get if they keep doing what they're doing. And this recent explosion in popularity is even before a new update, which they're going to announce at Inside Xbox, plus the PvP update, which arguably is going to bring in more activity, right? These streamers
it's coming out next month, right?
Yeah, so these streamers are getting prepared, I guarantee you, for that PvP update, and that's going to be insane. So, you got pets on the horizon, you got, story updates and all this other stuff. So, like I said before, most successful new IP for Microsoft, and it's good. So,
yeah, I mean, it's obviously doing very well, and I thought that, it was just interesting because so many people were writing it off. That's the part that annoys me, right? Like, they write this type of game off because it's not a single-player game or whatever, and if it doesn't float your boat, I think that's fine. But for a lot of people, they find their own adventures here. You know what I mean? I found my own adventure every time I play it. We goof around. We have a good time. It's just, it's fun. You know what I mean? #fun, Mooch. I mean, we say it all the time.
It's
it's one of those fun games. And I realized that it's not everybody's cup of tea. But, hey, everybody in that chat, please hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Share it out, all that kind of good stuff. Because I
think the one thing that's missing, and I mean, I think Salt made some really, really great points, but the one thing I would say to Salt, though, is kind of let's use Minecraft, and shout out to Elementa POs in the chat who just kind of sparked me on this thought. Minecraft is massive, right? It's huge. There's millions of people playing it. It's on every device, all the stuff you guys already know. But the same reason that Minecraft is not the games as a service that people want to watch streaming. And I know that right now it's peaked, right? So everyone can go, Mooch, you're wrong. Look at this week. Everybody's playing it. What I meant earlier, and what will probably ring true in about 2 weeks from now, is when Ninja goes back to Fortnite and Dr. Disrespect goes back to Blackout or Fortnite or whatever. What happens when these guys go back is this game will then become what Xbox said. It'll have its peaks and its valleys. And that's a good thing. I mean, if I'm Craig Duncan, I'm still very satisfied because to get this resurgence is something that maybe the team was wondering maybe 6 months. Do you think we're ever going to ever be in the main news media again as far as gaming? But if Minecraft is this big ultimate game that everybody has and everybody plays but doesn't talk about, you got to understand, Sea of Thieves in the gaming community, even if you're right numerically, it doesn't score high with a lot of gamers. The same with, like, that's like if you said, well, I don't play Resident Evil. I don't play Halo. I don't play Gears. I don't play The Last of Us. What do you play? Minecraft. And you're like, oh, okay. And you take that person and you put them over there. You're like, oh, you're over there in the Minecraft world.
I love Minecraft, man. What are you talking about?
Damn, you're in a separate box.
You're gonna put me in a different box now?
Yep.
What I'm saying is that, like, I think Sea of Thieves, the reason that you get that discouragement or that resentment or that haste is because it's got now that we see what it is, we see that it's got the popularity of like a Minecraft. So it's going to grow. It's going to get big. It's going to get Minecraft big? Probably not.
No,
but it'll be that big, but it'll be that kind of game where it's like, okay, in Minecraft, I just spent 2.5 hours building a fortress that looks like, Starship Galactica 9's like remake model of the set. It's like, okay, great, good for you. And then in Sea of Thieves, when you're like, hey, what did you do yesterday? And you're like, well, I solved 3 puzzles and I picked up 6 chickens and I defeated an armada of skeletons. And the next day you ask them and they're like, I did the same thing, but in reverse order. So it's kind of right. It's the same thing like building the armada of Starfleet 7.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what your point is.
My point is it's big, but nobody cares. Because it's like
according
Minecraft.
to who though, like Minecraft, 91 million people are playing it. I mean, obviously someone cares because that's bigger than even Fortnite, right? So
yeah, but
I don't really get the comparison. I mean, personally, if you have opinions of people that play Minecraft, I mean, that's on you. That's a you problem. But when it comes to Minecraft, there's nothing that touches that popularity wise. That's why Microsoft purchased it, right? I mean, if Sea of Thieves could even get a third of that player base, it'd be insane. The thing is,
you're going right to numbers again, Salt. That's not what I'm not disputing.
Where
the
else
facts
would you
of
go,
numbers.
though?
I'm talking popularity or public opinion.
No, hold on. Minecraft.
That's why you're getting the resistance.
Minecraft is popular. Minecraft is popular because it's a game that is open to the imagination. You have people who have created.
So is Sea of Thieves.
No, hold on. In terms of a creating aspect, people have created computers. People have created calculators. People, they can literally build things that work. Right. In Minecraft. So that's a totally different genre. But
most people do not do what you just said, by the way. Most people just make a big Salty tweeted it out the other day.
So it's dreams.
I dream of this, and then I build a big block shit house.
I'm a big redstone guy. I like to make things that move. I like to make hidden doors to secret areas and stuff like that. Is what I like to do in a game.
Okay.
So.
The thing that we need to focus on here, kind of like the movie industry, the more audience you can touch, it's a broader base, the more numbers you can pull. Fortnite, for example, huge base. For movies, for example, the MCU, they try to keep their movies PG-13 so they can have a broader audience. If you look at the top played games, Minecraft's still there. When did that come out? That was out 360.
Right.
So you're talking about
again the numbers. I'm not disputing the numbers. I'm not.
So what was the point of the comparison, though?
The popularity and the reason you're getting the resentment in the hardcore category. It's like saying playing Sea of Thieves is like saying you play Minecraft. When someone says to you, "Hey, you know what, Salt? I got to tell you something. I really need your ear for about 3 hours." Why? What did you do? I played Minecraft for like 6 hours the other day, and you got to hear about it. You're gonna be like, yeah, tell somebody else.
I could destroy that right now because Fortnite is looked down upon even by Xbot. He says it's for little kids and this and that.
No, I said the main.
All right, but people like you say it's for little kids and only little kids play it, but yet the most popular streamers in the world play Fortnite.
Because
and they
caters to little kids that will watch
They give 2 shits about what people think about them. It's the most popular game, arguably, ever.
I just shot that down real quick, man.
Sorry.
No.
The deal is,
how do they become popular? Do you think their audience is filled with a bunch of like?
I think it's filled with lots of people.
What do you think the majority of their audience is?
Drake is streaming with Ninja. Who's watching that stream? Everybody.
Oh, that happened one time. All right, that was a one-time deal, and then what happened afterwards?
I mean,
popularity that one.
If you think that Fortnite can pull the numbers that it pulls with just having kids, I'm sorry to break it to you. That's not the case.
Hold on. The majority of the community that built up Minecraft as well were children. Playing the game. Now they had headliners streaming the game, which streamed it out to the kids and got them to be like, hey, I want to play that. But at the end of the day, the biggest part of the community to Minecraft, what got that rolling so much was kids.
So what was my original point? In order to get a game on a level of Fortnite, on the level of Minecraft, it has to be able to reach multiple audiences, kids, adults. There's no barrier there. And Sea of Thieves hits that mold. That's why it's as popular as it is.
My kids love Sea of Thieves, and I dude, when it comes down to it, I will get back into it. Like I said, when they put out that story update, I want to see what they're doing in terms of adding more lore and story to the different kind of like treasure chests and stuff like that you're getting. The PvP is gonna, dude, that is gonna help out a lot, help it grow even more. All right, because I know it's basically PvP, but to have it segmented and really put the concentration on player versus player. You're going hardcore. This is what you got to do. This, and you're against this person. A lot of gamers are gonna go into that for that competitive kind of like structure on the PvP.
Who's yelling according to Elemental P? Actually, nobody. Mooch is quiet. He's like letting Xbot
go at it.
He's like,
we spent 30 minutes talking about Sea of Thieves and streaming.
I just want to know where God of War is on the list. Spider-Man even on.
Well, those are one and dones.
No, but what I'm trying to say is people dog on what Phil Spencer said about the single player genre and misquoted him and all this other stuff. The thing is with social media, unfortunately, it's like, what have you done with me lately? Or what have you done with this game lately? And what can I play it now? Or is it in the mind's eye of the public? And unfortunately, multiplayer games are where it's at when it's games as a service. This game came out almost a year ago. It's at the top of the list. People are going to go back to it, even though it has a shitty Metacritic. That doesn't matter. And it's going to move Game Pass sales. It's going to move sales of the game. It's just, you know, I'm not trying to dog on single player narratives, but you could see why the industry is interested in games you could support over a long time. So
yeah, I mean, that's obviously why like we see so much of that happening right now. And look, by the way, I have nothing against one and done games. Let's see. Eternal Shada says PUBG was laggy and trash, but it was a Game of the Year nominee, which I hear it's much better now. I actually wanted to get back in and kind of play it a little bit.
Dude, the winter map is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, like I heard the frame rate stuff really helps too, right?
I heard it was good too. Yeah,
it does. I got to be honest. I rubber banded a couple times. I was just playing before the show started. I was playing with our oldest son, and we were going in on duos. And little things in the snow map are really cool. Like when you walk in the snow, you actually leave footprints that stay for about like 15 minutes or so. So you can literally, if somebody was just in that area, you can track them down. Like
interesting.
You can hunt your kills. So
interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to the topics that are actually on the list. Resident Evil 2 Remake. This game looks really good, but it's 1620p on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. A little bit bummed out by that because I feel like they could have really taken advantage of what Microsoft's console can do a little bit more. Kind of annoying to see this late in the generation a company do parity like that. Makes no sense to me. I would actually hope that we see something like that fixed in the future. I would have loved to see it. It doesn't necessarily have to be 4K, but do a little bit more. You know, do a little bit more. I would like to see that. Mooch, what do you think, man? Are you a little bit upset over this?
I'm not as upset as you because I think you're going to get more in the Xbox version on the frame rate. There's a ton of footage out there. I believe Digital Foundry did it. Where you're seeing sometimes where it's 60 frames on the Xbox, and I'm seeing like 47, 48 on the PlayStation. I don't know if that necessarily will make a difference in the end. If you're talking about resolution, yeah, you're 100% right. It is parity. It is a remake though, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. We don't know the effort. It seems like they put a lot of effort into this game. I don't know why they wouldn't go the extra notch, but even Mike Ybarra came out and said that Xbox One X will be the place to play Resident Evil 2.
He also said that about Anthem.
He did say that about Anthem as well, which I mean, again, I believe he has his points in saying that. So whether it be the frame rate or it be resolution, he knows that in either category, you know, the Xbox One X probably has an advantage. So that's why he's making those statements. He's not going to come out and make those statements just, you know, false cause. So I mean, here's the thing, crap. I got to be honest with you. I'm so excited about this game on Friday. Like literally it's going to be Crossfire or Resident Evil 2. We're going to slide right into that, So it is what it is. I'm so excited to get into it that I don't even care at this point. But realistically, we know how things are. We know how like some of the old-time devs kind of, they're not going to go the extra. I don't feel like they always want to go the extra mile for Xbox. I think that may change in the future. Yeah. But, we're still not at that. We're not at the crossroads yet where Microsoft, they are making the right changes. They're doing the great improvements moving into the next generation. I think we'll see developers come around to that. But the developers are still going to, kind of assist and go with the lead platform, and that's still Sony.
Well,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, here's the thing. All right, we're talking about resolution. And now I didn't give a shit about resolution like in 2013, 2014, 2015. And now because Xbox has the more powerful console, I'm not going to give a shit about resolution now either. But what I am going to say is Resident Evil 2 Remake looks really good. My biggest downfall of this is the $60 price tag for a game that, I played back in the day, and I know they changed some encounters around and they did a couple things here and a couple things there, and it looks new. But to me, if you're going to do a remake, you don't put it out at full retail price. I'm sorry. I am a stickler for that. I will not be picking it up on Friday.
Interesting. Predator, what do you think, man? Are you excited about the game? A little bit annoyed about the resolution or the parody stuff?
I've not been a zombie Resident Evil fan, and I've voiced my opinion on zombie games in the past, but I did play the beta. I actually did enjoy it. I liked it. It looked really good. I did not know about the parody till the podcast started, until you put the topics in there, and I think it's kind of disparaging that they nerfed it a little bit. I think they could have put more into it than they did with the amount of time they spent on it. If you're gonna go all out, make a remake like this or redo it like they did, put the effort in to make the frame rate and the everything else, like beef it up to the consoles that we have. That's the point of making it the way they did. So use the assets that you have to your ability, and they didn't seem like they did that. So
exactly, that's my point. I'm not bitching because I think it looks good. I just think, what, and damn well, if this would have been a couple years ago on a regular Xbox One and the PS4 version, and they're exactly the same, people will be bitching about parody, right? Because we've heard it a million times before. Yeah. The X is so much more powerful. It's not a myth. It's the facts, and not alternative facts either, folks. It's legit facts that it's much better than the PS4 Pro. So it should technically have some kind of thing better, in my opinion. So the fact that it doesn't is upsetting.
Well, crap. Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything about kind of like the lighting engine? Is it all exactly the same from console to console?
Well, supposedly there's some slight differences, but for the most part, they say it's just about the same. I'm going to see if I can't find this real quick while we're kind of talking.
To me, that sounds like PR talk when they're like, yeah, it's pretty much the same across the board. It doesn't matter where you get it as long as you buy it, right? Now, when I'm looking at the Xbox One X, yes, I don't care about resolution, but I am interested to see exactly what, like, this is going to sound weird, but the shadow resolution, which is something that could mean a lot in terms of the visual on the game. It's whether the shadows have like a soft border to them, or if they're like hard shadows that look like realistic. The lighting engine as well. If it's even a touch better between platforms, it can do a whole lot in terms of the visual.
Well, here's the funny thing, right? The original Xbox One and the PS4 are both 1080p. But according to this, the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X are using checkerboard rendering to reach that 1620p. And according to this, also, the Xbox One X has reduced aliasing compared to the PS4 Pro, and the game appears to be softer, quote unquote, on the X than the Pro. I can't even begin to explain how that's messed up, right?
Yeah,
wait a second.
That's ironic right there.
Wasn't Monster Hunter? I'm not sure if they use the same engine, but wasn't Monster Hunter's I guess the visuals worse on the X than they were on the PS4?
They might have been, yeah.
I remember that analysis, and yeah, they're of course, my favorite people over there at DF on YouTube. I don't even want to say their full names, but they did the analysis over there, and of course they were giving kind of like checks to PS4 Pro here.
And I wonder if it's an
Pro
engine
here.
thing now. If that's the same case, if they use the same engine they use for Resident Evil that they use for Monster Hunter, and if it's something with their engine.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know, but man, why it seems like you know, like almost like in terms of the visuals and stuff, that the Xbox One X get a slightly worse version, which is kind of upsetting. I don't know, like I haven't got the game yet.
Timodos makes a point. Reduced aliasing is a good thing. So I don't think that.
Yeah, my whole thing was
not everything you read was a negative.
Part.
No. The negative was the softer picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I listen. I got the code to. I played sarcastically crap.
Yes.
I played the demo on the PC. I'll be playing. You know, and it's funny because I have my feelers out there, folks. The mooch feelers are out there. We are looking to mooch. So there's a chance I might be playing this on the PS4. I'm not sure because you never know where that code's going to come from. Crap. Okay. It's like when you're in one of those booths and the price is right and the money's flying everywhere. You don't really care which one you're grabbing. You just grab it. You know what I mean? You run out the door and you're like, I got it. So,
well, you hope to grab it for the Xbox, right?
No,
I mean, come on.
Of course, crap. I'm trying to work on things on the Xbox. It's where the community I hang out with is for the most part. But hey, a mooch can't be a chooser.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, so it is
moochies can't be choosies,
right?
Oh, wow.
But look, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, and Pred, I know you said your stance on zombies, but you know this is a classic, and I think that it's worthy of your. First of all, it's not a lot of your time. I heard that anywhere from 6 to 10 hours, depending on how, you know, if you want to play it twice through on the same character, right?
Same game from a couple of years ago. It's a new skin.
Well, they've changed the mechanics.
Remake.
That's the difference. If this was just a shinier coat,
I mean, the same story. I'm not playing this fucking tofu.
It's from ages ago.
They changed the camera. They changed the camera in a couple encounters. Everything else is all graphical, man.
Interesting.
True.
Well, I'm interested to see how it works out because people are saying this is like they're so easy to forget, though, right? Like they're like, this is how all these games should be. All remakes should be like this. I'm like, did you guys forget about the Master Chief games? Because that Master Chief anniversary, that Halo 2.
Halo 2, yeah.
I think what you forgot, crap, is that nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Anything and jump through any flaming hoop to play the game that they remember being so great back in the day. They will go through that hoop and get fire burns on their flesh just because they want to play it again. They think it's the same way. Now, the thing about it where I say to you guys, this is something that may be worth jumping through that hoop is they actually took the time to change the engine, change the mechanics, and they upped the graphics.
Are you saying they got that Forza? They got that Halo?
They get that Forza, they got that Halo, Mikey. But they got it. You know what I'm saying?
Crap, I'm glad you brought up the Master Chief Collection because let's go back. How much was that on release?
I don't even remember.
What just the Halo or Master Chief Collection was $60.
All right, and how many games did you get with that?
4 games, and then they gave you a 5th game because they screwed up.
All right, see now that is a pill that I can swallow a lot easier than Resident Evil 2's remake. Like I said, it looks great. But
I could agree with you on that because Gears of War Ultimate Edition was $40, and that was a remake.
Thank you.
There you go.
I mean, look, you guys are all making, man, you guys are on fire tonight, man. Predator in here rolling it. Everybody's in here rolling it. Mooch is just sitting back like, man, I ain't got to say much. I'm doing,
Yo, the chat got to keep up with the thumbs up button. They got to
hey, hit that thumbs up button. You know what? I want to talk a little bit about this. Crackdown 3, the first previews and I guess the multiplayer review, pretty good. But where the hell's the marketing? So I want to talk about both those things. I think Crackdown 3, the looks anyway so far are very much exceeding my expectations. But where the hell is the marketing for this game? Like, there is zero marketing. I don't even care if it's TV. Like, I haven't seen any on YouTube. I haven't seen any on Hulu. I haven't seen any on anything lately. Like, what's the deal with that?
Well, Greenberg,
what's the deal?
What's the deal with the advertising? No,
yes. What is the deal?
He just came out and said they're going to start a world tour. I like how he said that. It's a
week before
tour.
The game comes out.
You know, it's like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, yeah, they're going to do something. They're probably going to do another big Xbox One that's in the shape of like a big square rectangle, and it ends up being a cake everybody can eat later on in the parking lot. It's one of those ridiculous stunts. You know, or Aaron's going to be like, our big idea is we're going to hand out Xbox One X sneakers in Sweden. Listen, I don't.
Why
Right?
not be tweeted, man?
I don't know. He always picks a country most people don't visit. So I have no idea what he's gonna do. But I mean, realistically, why aren't they out? We've got Sony advertising Days Gone. It's coming out in April.
Fact.
This game, you got Crackdown 3.
Where's the collector's edition?
Couple
Hello.
What's he doing?
Hey, Microsoft doesn't do collector's editions, Foxy.
How
and you know
dare you? Gears of War is the best one.
Okay, hold on.
Hold
on.
Yeah,
We got controllers, but Foxy, we talked about this on M&C on Sunday, right? So I mentioned that Gears was a great one because me and you both got it when it was $50 and there was no game in it and we had to call them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I know. But they sent it to us. It's fine.
They did. Right. So that was cool. But that was when did that game come out? 2016? Right?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, 2016. So realistically, like their last collector's edition was like 2016. Sony, they come out with these really good, even though I have really not much interest in Days Gone. Live on the air, I pre-ordered that thing. It has a statue in it.
Yeah.
Right? Like Microsoft, get on the where's my CFD stuff, man? Sell me, I would have bought an aquarium set up with CFD stuff.
He said he wanted a boat with a Kraken, even if it was half the body.
Give me a Kraken. Give me something. You know what I mean?
Not
and exactly. So you know what I mean? Like give me something to work with, guys. You know what I mean?
They really need to do something for that. Like advertise it better, promote it better, talk about it.
Hey, if there's not a Gears 5, if there's not a Gears 5 collector's edition, I'm going to be pissed. Look, Axel says, where's the Terry Crews controller? Where's the Terry Crews statue or something? You know what I mean? Like, good Lord, give us something
custom
like
console.
Xbox, man.
Yeah,
custom console.
Terry Crews is actually blowing up. He's doing America's Got Talent. Like he's like the spokesperson for that show now. He's all over the place. Why not put him on a commercial and like just destroy the airwaves? Oh, that's right. Nobody to the left of the Mississippi River watches TV anymore. My fault. I mean, and apparently, like, we can't put anything on television. We can't, like, I don't understand what's happening over there at Microsoft. And I know that Aaron came out today and he's like, we're doing a world tour. Like he's the Goo Goo Dolls. Get out of here. I don't know what he's talking about. He's doing a world tour. Where's the t-shirt with every executive on the back and town they're stopping in? I don't know. My whole thing
he's like, there's groupies, there's t-shirt launchers. It's going to be big.
It's going to be big, guys. We got sneaker signings by Phil. I don't know. Look,
DJ.
They don't have to go that crazy. And shout out to Seth, who's in the chat. He goes, you guys know the reason they're not advertising. Just say it. And, Seth wants to hear, the game's not going to be that good. Seth, listen, I think the game is going to be a lot better than you think it's going to be.
The people who got their hands on the game.
Yeah, I'm hearing good things.
They are talking about it like, incredibly like, oh my goodness, this is great. It's something that we have never experienced before playing multiplayer, with dealing with the multiplayer aspect, the demolition, the destruction and everything like that. It's something that you haven't been able to really get into on any other game to this scope, this magnitude. It's going to be great.
All right, so what Microsoft is doing is pretty smart when it comes to marketing at this point, because Crackdown 3 has just been a joke for a lot of people, and they still think it's a joke. It doesn't matter if you tell some of these people the sun is shining, they're gonna be like, no, it's not. It's not shining. Even if you show them foolproof, you give them reviews, you show them all this shit. Hey, it's good. It's not what you think. It's not a joke anymore. They're not gonna believe it. So why waste all this money and resources talking about the game before, and you could just wait before it comes out and then do a combo marketing strategy with Game Pass and Crackdown 3, because I saw today an ad for Forza Horizon 4. It started off, I just thought it was a Forza Horizon 4 ad, and then it fades into Game Pass. That's what I think you're going to see with Crackdown, because they don't really care if you buy the game or you play it in Game Pass. It doesn't matter for them. So why would they do this huge push on a game that's maligned, that has a negative stank on it, and waste potential money, right?
Stank on you.
Yeah.
Stank. It's got a stank on it, guys, so you got to watch out. So yeah. I agree. I think the game's going to be good. Like Foxy, wasn't that one of your most anticipated games at one point?
2012.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Sorry. No, yeah, I was really looking forward to it, especially after, what was it? It was like one specific trailer, and it looked like very action-packed comic book style, neon lights, action. I was like, hell yeah, I want to play this now. And I was really looking forward to it. Like, when was it? Right when the X came out. I think they were supposed to come out day and date, I think.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen, and I was so disappointed. And they really disappeared off the internet, and I was like, what's happening right now? Now I'm going to be cautious about this. But as soon as it's available, I'm going to play that day one. I can't wait.
I mean, look, Game Pass, right? Everybody can play Game Pass. And by the way, everybody should be hitting that like button. Let's get to 175. Elomina Pino says Microsoft should film Terry Crews in character doing demolition on a real building and use it for marketing. Elomina Pino, that sounds like something Aaron Greenberg would do. Let's have Terry Crews break the world record for blasting this destructible environment with his bazooka, with his potato cannon that we're furnishing him with, right? Like didn't they shoot somebody with a cannon for Sea of Thieves?
Yes, they did.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That to me.
Nobody
sounds like
saw that though.
I know they did do something.
Well, the thing about it is whether the game is good or not. Let's segregate that to a separate conversation. I think the conversation that you brought up, Crap, is advertising. And when you see a company, okay, listen, let's say Days Gone isn't. Days Gone's not going to be The Last of Us. Okay, let's just put that out there. I'm looking forward to Days Gone. I'll be playing it day one. I've said that since day one. I'm very much looking forward to it, but it's not going to be The Last of Us. But Sony putting all of this effort and putting all this advertising and having this custom collector's edition and blah, 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 and talking about it 3 months in advance and getting the hype factor up, it shows you have faith in your product. And then when you're 2 weeks before launch, or 3 weeks before launch. And Aaron, and Grant, at this point, when we're talking about 3 months for Days Gone, and now we're talking about weeks, it doesn't matter. Okay. And you got Aaron Greenberg being like, calm down, everybody. We're doing a world tour starting next week. Okay. We're going to be in Yugoslavia on Thursday.
Going out with Dragon Force.
All right. Thanks, Aaron.
We're going to be in Estonia. We got some big plans for Estonia market, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? We're going to be in Portland. And then he pauses and he goes, Maine. And we're like, damn it! Nobody goes to Maine.
So you're telling me you're telling me you're not looking forward to the next Inside Xbox? Is that what you're telling me, Mooch?
When the hell is the next Inside Xbox?
February 5th, I think.
Oh, February 5th.
Because it's going to be all Crackdown, baby.
Fox, let me tell you, I
can't
when I was ever excited for an Inside Xbox, let alone the next one. But I mean,
the last one.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. It's more like an honest token. But listen, no, my whole thing is I think that the problem here is that what I want to get on my point across, and I want to hear the panel thinks, is listen, everybody in the panel, everybody in the chat, and people listening later, you guys are all here all the time. You're paying attention to the news. You guys do your own investigating. You have your own opinions. But when you're sitting there at the end of the day and you see a headline for Crackdown 3, and every headline you see from Crackdown 3 is somebody on YouTube or, a gaming media outlet being like, we're not sure about Crackdown. When you see that it's not coming from advertising from the source, okay, from Microsoft, at the end of the day, when you're 3 weeks away, you start to go, is there something wrong with the game? Is there a reason you don't have? It's like a parent not having faith in their kid when they're up at bat. It's like if their kid got up at bat and they're like, this is a good time for a bathroom break.
Oh, man.
It's not a good time. You don't take a break when your kid's up there. You're rooting on. And I don't see any rooting on from the parent company here. And I think that's why you have people that are on the fence not buying in. You have people that are all in being like, I'm still kind of skeptical. And people who are out are like, I'm way out.
Guys,
it's understandable.
Unfortunately, and I got bad news for you guys who want to see marketing, build up, Crackdown, all that good stuff. You're not going to see anything like that until after June. When they unveil the new hardware, this is good for Gears fans though, because there might be a limited edition console, maybe a statue, something like that.
For
better
Years.
Xbot,
I'm reading the tea leaves, man.
Xbot, you've been in this game way too long to make that comment, and I'll tell you why. We currently have the most powerful console. They had their E3 launch back in last June of mentioning the X. They had the launch in November, and they're still not doing it.
Sir.
So you're trying to tell me, okay, when we go from 4K 30 to 4K 60, that now all of a sudden they're going to kick on their advertising genes?
Brother Mooch.
Please,
I thought
lay it on me, family.
I thought after this whole Game Pass debacle, where I was letting you know how big it was going to get and how much it was going to grow and how you weren't sure because of third party and everything.
Well, now wait a minute. This is the same thing.
Hold on.
Wait, you cannot
now.
Listen.
You're going to question me about
if you're going to tell me that you knew when Game Pass came out they were going to throw in first party games, then I'd like to know what the Mega Millions are on Friday night.
As soon as they said first party day and date, that's when I told everybody. I was on Crossfire, of course, next podcast.
Well, that changed everybody.
Show,
but everybody changed their Xbot. Everybody and their parents changed their tune once we found that out.
No,
thanks for that.
We could go
talk about Monday morning quarterback,
people. We could go
right.
Back.
Hey, I found out what the winning lotto numbers were on Wednesday. When's the contest? It was yesterday night.
Mooch, how about this? Mooch, how about this? All right. I feel like they are going to open the floodgates after June once they show.
I hope you're right.
Now, if they don't, A-Rod, our buddy, Mr. Greenberg, should be out of a job.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that, my dude.
He's the head of marketing.
You're talking about new hardware. Like, I don't think they could give two shits about the new hardware coming out and how it has to do with Game Pass. Like, what is this new hardware going to do when it comes to increasing your Game Pass sales? Man, dude, how do those correlate?
All right,
their streaming boxes have a bigger impact than that.
When they unveil the new hardware, this is a new cycle in their business department at Xbox, and they
you know what it is? It's they don't have the quality of game to market right now.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what are you talking? Crackdown's not the quality of game.
Crackdown is maligned and it has that stank on it, bro. You ask anybody,
man, making this game.
No. So I will agree with you there. That is why. Hold on. That is why they disappeared for a while, and then they came back and with the day and date, and they're promoting Game Pass, right? And I think that's good enough for them right now until they hit that new gear. Going after June, once they show kind of like their cards moving into the future.
By your logic, in July, they're gonna ramp up their Game Pass marketing, right? Or their marketing of what'd you say, the games, because the new hardware is gonna why is that a 1-to-1 correlation? People aren't gonna be able to buy that hardware for
don't ask me.
another 6 months.
Xbox. I mean,
it's your theory, bro. That's why I'm asking you, man.
All right. Now I'm
asking for reasoning.
You have followed Microsoft for how long with Xbox and everything like that? I know you've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
A lot of their stuff is really hard to kind of explain. Let's be real here.
I mean, it's not really. I mean, you look at it as Game Pass and hardware. I don't think there's a correlation there. I think that it's a game situation. That's why they're building game studios. It's a software thing.
What episode PS4 gets crushed in sales? All right, I'm gonna remember this episode. I'm gonna
listen. Let's break down what Salt's saying. It's not to defend one, not the other, but what I'm saying is this: when you're talking about Game Pass, we're talking about a streaming service, okay? Like Netflix. Netflix doesn't care if you watch it on your phone or the most powerful PC in the world. So what I'm saying is that's why Microsoft
How did we go from promoting a game to promoting Game Pass, by the way?
Well, I'm jumping into the Game Pass discussion. But what I'm saying to you is in the Game Pass
they're
world,
1-to-1 now, right?
They've got a discless Xbox One coming out this year. That's to promote Game Pass. So there's no power involved there. It's about getting these games to gamers on any device they possibly can. That's what they care about.
Real quick, let me pay some bills. Gotham guy says, tell Mooch Sony pushing advertising for Days Gone isn't because they have faith in the game, but because it's all they have for a major exclusive this year. Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding will be 2020 release, which he's not wrong, because Mooch goes, why would they come out with the collector's edition of a game that they don't believe in? And I pointed out that the Order 1886 had a collector's edition with a statue.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that you named one crap, but everything else they came out with a collector's edition was pretty much, like top 10 for everything in the world. So, I mean, my thing is this: I think I'll reiterate, I do not think Days Gone, is going to be the best of the best. I'm looking forward to it personally. I'm a zombie nut, but what I'm saying to Gotham guys is just that I think that when you listen, here's my point one more time, then I want to give the mic back to Salt. I just want to reiterate. This is a company like Sony where they're putting their advertising their effort, whether it be just the collector's edition or the fact that they're advertising it 3.5 months out, to the casual, to the regular gamer, or even maybe to the hardcore on the fence. And that's me. I'm thinking, you know what? I got to give this game a shot. And now you have those same people wondering about Crackdown, and you've got Aaron Greenberg being like, and next week we're gonna do our tour over in I don't know, somewhere over in Zimbabwe. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, great. Thanks, Aaron.
Do they even have Xboxes over there?
Well, he's doing a world tour. That's everywhere. You can name a country, he'll be there. But I mean, I just think that realistically, that's my whole thing, Gotham guy. But go ahead, Salt.
All right, so Xbox says, why did it turn into a Game Pass thing? The thing is, you can't have Game Pass without Xbox exclusives now. They're not separate. You can't separate them because they're going to drop day and date in Game Pass. They're not going to market one thing without the other going forward. So if you're marketing Game Pass, you're marketing your exclusives, and that's the way it's going to be going forward. It's not going to be a separate thing. They're not going to be like, hey, this is Crackdown, this is Game Pass. They're going to advertise both, and that's why we're talking about Game Pass, because these exclusives drop day one in Game Pass.
And then after June, when they talk about the titles that's also releasing with the new hardware. Oh, and by the way, all these games day and date on Game Pass. You think they're not going to double down on marketing going from there on out, knowing that the launch lineup, all first-party games on the Xbox 2 or whatever you want to call it, is going to be in Game Pass, dude?
So they don't care if you're playing it on your S, on your refrigerator, on the Xbox One X. They don't care if it's on the next-gen console. Eventually, it's going to be streamed. Game Pass is Game Pass.
Eventually, that's the key word. Eventually, it's going to be streamed.
I mean,
you don't know when that streaming service is going to be up and running. None of us do.
I mean, I think you're putting too much of an emphasis on the hardware situation.
I think they are gonna use Game Pass as a tool. Game Pass is their golden goose, and they are gonna say day and date you can have first party games launch lineup in Game Pass. All you gotta do is buy the console, man. That's all you gotta do.
All right.
That was an awesome ending. So it's like, and all right.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So, I wanted to sort of also talk about how Nintendo Switch won in the December NPD, had the best December of any console this entire generation. Yeah. Also, the Switch surprisingly beat the PS4 as the console that sold the most here in the US for the entire year. Where the hell did that come from? Mooch, what's up?
Listen, I've been saying it for the past few months. I bought the Switch day one. I took that Wii U when they were offering $250 for it, while Crap went and bought a Swifter to be able to dust his Wii U pad off for the next 10 years in his museum. And I told him to get rid of that thing. Listen, the Switch it's something unique. It's something special. You don't have to like it. I'm not doing a sales pitch. But the thing about it is, Crap, here's the thing. We've been saying this for a long time. It's everyone. I'll say it this way. It's America's second favorite console. And this is what's alarming. Sony won so many NPDs all year long. But the fact of the matter is the Switch was right there all the way through and took a few W's here and there. But my point being is, I got to be honest with you. I love being number one. But if you could be number one in only one country or number two in every household, take that number two. Because number one,
if you take number two, folks.
That's right.
Not that number one, that number two.
Take what number two's giving you. Listen, my whole thing is this. Okay, this is it's a marvel, and I'll be honest with you. From a sentimental side, realistically, I'm really glad to hear this, because there was a large portion of time for about 4 or 5 years when the Wii U was just tanking. Everyone was concerned that Nintendo wasn't going to make it. I didn't truly feel that way, but my point being is that. I say three's a crowd, meaning the three, the Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. When you have people coming out and be like, we're going to make a mad box. It's like, all right, stop it. We have no time for that nonsense.
I picture that guy saying it like that too. We're going to make a mad
box. I think that might actually help them out. But realistically, I think that, their spokesperson is going to be Weird Al Yankovic. But I think realistically, when it comes down to it, Nintendo doing great is awesome for every one of us. You don't have to like Super Smash. You don't have to like Mario. You don't have to like Zelda. You don't have to like Kirby. Half those games I don't really dig anymore. At this age, I still respect them, and I hope that the kids still enjoy them. But realistically speaking, it's healthy for the crowd, and they have probably the best first-party studios. So am I shocked, Crap? Yeah, I'm kind of in your boat. I'm wowed at that last figure where you said that the Switch ended up winning the year out. I thought that was amazing because it was almost like that, like I said to you last week, it's almost like that horse that you didn't see come. Shut the dog up! When you see that horse coming around and in third place, all of a sudden, right before they get to the finish line, the third place horse comes running up and takes the first place spot, and everyone's tearing their tickets up because nobody bet on them. That's what it feels like seeing the Switch win. So I'm excited about it, but yes, I am still shocked.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I was just like, holy crap, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect that at all. Like, I thought for sure that the PS4, because everybody was just gushing about the PS4, and oh my god, the PS4, it's a monster. It's
the handheld element, Crap, cannot be overlooked, and that's why you saw the rumors about PS5 maybe looking at. Remember the PS5 handheld things and this and that coming out and blah blah. And there's all these rumors, and Microsoft wanting to be on every device. It's because they know that being able to take the game on the road, nobody stays stationary anymore. Have you guys been to your local malls? It's way more crowded than it used to be a decade ago. Way more. Nobody's home. Everybody's out. The economy's thriving. People are playing video games everywhere. What do you want me to say? I mean, there's more and more Dave and Buster knockoffs popping up, okay? They knock off like, did I see your boom boom kaboom? Was that Noof?
No.
I mean, realistically, like, there's people out there. People are on the move, Crap. People are traveling, right? So what do? If you're a gamer or if you're bored, they're playing on their mobile phones. I bring my Switch. If I leave the house for a week of travel, I bring the Switch. Why wouldn't I? Does it mean I play it 24/7? No.
Hey, Samoa Joe has to play anywhere that I'm talking about. You put that Xbox with that little screen that flips open.
It's a little clunky, but it's nice.
Hey, come on, man. That to me, that's play anywhere.
You don't travel, Crap. That's why you say that.
I don't travel, man. I don't.
You walk around with that
man?
Big brick, and then you're like, "Excuse me, you have an outlet for 120 bucks. Can I get this thing plugged in over here? Where do I put this lump?"
Oh,
okay,
man.
It's a little bit much. It's a bit much.
Oh, come on, man.
That big Xbox, that case. Or a Switch. The Switch fits in your back pocket. You can buy a sandwich
but
while
it's
you
so
hold
awkward, man. You feel like you're swinging around this, like, I don't know. Look, like when you hold a phone, right? And I got big hands, but like the Switch controls are like super awkward for me. Like to hold it handheld.
Salty did a hell of a review on a piece that will help you out. So let them know.
Get that the pro gaming grip, dude. I'm telling you, I have big hands as well, and it's just I didn't like playing it before. It like cramped my thumbs up within like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So
no, that was a great review, Salted, and I gotta be honest, it's a great product.
What's funny is I had to do some kind of progress for my Vita as well because that has some really awkward situations to hold it. So yeah, maybe that could be something that I do. I don't know, but yeah, definitely would be something. What about you guys, Foxy? What do you think? I mean, you know,
about the Switch?
Yeah, the Switch winning it all. What are you picking up? What are you?
You don't have a Switch, so Foxy.
What are you picking up your Switch, Foxy? Come on.
Come on, Fox. What do you mean you don't have a Switch?
I don't.
You're down in Miami. Don't you guys walk around everywhere?
Yeah.
You guys have rooftop parties?
You guys have rooftop parties?
What do you mean you have a rooftop party?
Beach parties. Beach parties.
Oh, beach parties.
Well, there's that maybe a little
can't mess up your
You don't want the sand to get in there.
Exactly. You don't want to ruin your electronics. I have no interest. I have no interest in the Switch except for like a couple games that look really good. Smash being one of them. Mostly Mario games. But yeah, I'm not gonna buy a system for like 2 or 3 games. So
look at Brian Baker in the chat. He says, "Foxy, come to a Pope." Florida, I'll give you a Switch. Brian, I'll travel down there if you'll hook me up with a code.
You already have a Switch.
The address?
That's a Popka, by the way. So.
First of all,
you Floridians can use a good pizza, by the way. I'll stop down and bring you one.
Hey, we've got some great pizza places.
Hey, Steve Pizza.
Sure, and Elio's with some ragu on it.
Hey, dude,
Mooch,
I'm telling you.
I told you about Steve Pizza. They got New York water, and it tastes amazing.
We've got plenty of great.
I'm only letting it go because his name ends in a vowel. It's the only reason it's Steve.
Dude, we've got some great pizzas around here, dude. Come on, man.
Great. It's okay.
I'll say one in Miami for sure. But anyway, Brian Baker, he passes by Miami all the time when he works over here, so he can drop it off. That's fine. I'll mooch it. I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, so. Anyone will take a mooch.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I will. I mean, you say what's the point of buying a Switch for 2 titles?
Let him know, Salt.
People do that for the PlayStation, so I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean, I understand that. My friend Tim, he bought the PlayStation just for Bloodborne, and then eventually he got other games. But I wouldn't do that. I've never done that. I have to have at least 5 or more games for me to buy a system. It took me a while to get the Xbox One.
They have the YouTube app on there now. You're set. All right.
Oh no!
If you don't have anything to play, you watch YouTube. You're good to go.
Yes. I got news for you. My friends list on Switch has grown immensely. Yep. I mean, realistically, the only thing that sucks, let's be honest, let's call a spade while we're talking about it. The fact that they don't have, a chat system or messaging that's really accurate and keeps your friends intact, that kind of sucks.
You got to pay for online now too, right?
Well, I can't blame them for that. I'm paying for the other 2, so it's cheap as hell. I got the family plan, so I don't know if you did, and I think it was $35 for the family. Mm-hmm. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm loving the games they're giving me. And now SNES games are on the way. It's gonna be great.
Oh, dude, can you believe that? Yeah, nostalgia is, as Mooch says, a hell of a drug.
That's right. I'm kicking your couch right now, Crap.
He is. He's like, you can afford a new one, Crap. So yeah, listen, I think nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I think it's interesting. For me, I think it's cool. I like the competition. I know that a lot of people don't realize that, but I actually really do love this competition. Now, I want to take a moment to hate on EA. Well, maybe not hate on EA, but the Star Wars Rogue One writer thinks EA should have their Star Wars license revoked. He says that the canceled Star Wars games could have been the quote Uncharted of Star Wars games. And he also apparently there's this new bit of news that came out that EA refuses to let BioWare work on a new KOTOR game, even though they wanted to multiple times. They refused to let them do it. Apparently, I mean, this new Star Wars game could have been the Uncharted of Star Wars games. Very disappointing. I've already stated that, man, and the whole time that EA's had this license and we've been getting Star Wars movies every single year, we got Star Wars Battlefront 1 with no campaign and Star Wars Battlefront 2 with star cards that basically slap you around and was pay to win for the majority of it, and nobody plays it anymore. So very interesting. Mooch, what do you think? Let's hear some rants.
Well, let me say one or two things here. I got 2 comments on that. First of all, I do think that EA should probably break free of the contract with Disney and let somebody who really wants to be proactive and get some really great. There's a lot of stories. There's a lot of novels. There's a lot of things out there on Star Wars that they're not tapping into. It's a waste of resources right there. Number 2, I don't really care so much that the Rogue One, the director, I like to think of Rogue One.
The writer.
The writer. I like to think of, even better yet, I like to think of that movie as the Vyvern. You know what I mean? It was like I needed a Vyvern to stay up for that movie. So
wow.
I mean,
let me say this. Rogue
I like
One
the premise.
Far better than The Last Jedi. Like, God.
Well, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll give you that one. But what are you comparing it to, Crap? A Moochie Crap?
I am comparing it to Crap.
Are you comparing it to a Moochie Crap flip book of Star Wars?
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? Like I guess I'll go into a Star Wars.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick.
You lose ratings.
So listen, before The Last Jedi, which is by far my least favorite in everything that has to do with Star Wars, absolutely in my mind does not exist. Right. I watched the Clone Wars TV show, great. I put The Last Jedi as something that some idiots wrote as fan fiction and just totally screwed up. So with that being out there and said, before that, and I know people will hate this, Episode 4, which was technically the first Star Wars, was my least favorite. I found it to be very boring, and I just didn't like it. Luke Skywalker was whiny and
shaking my head.
So I know. So I didn't like it. Rogue One helped me to enjoy Episode 4 because it leads literally right up.
Yeah, links up.
Yes. So the way that it was genius. Absolutely genius, and I love that. I just thought it was great.
Is it genius when you've already found your pathway home? I mean, you knew where that was going. They were writing it to get up to movie 4. So I get it. Don't get me wrong. I thought the end was very well done in Rogue One. I thought the character development was very good. But as far as as far as the actual motivation for the first hour and a half, I mean, let me put it this way, folks. You guys, if you want to watch, if you haven't seen Rogue One yet, put it on, like take off, go watch a movie, and then come back and watch the last half hour, and you'll be like, this wasn't bad. Really good half hour. So, I mean, it's everyone's like, I love the Darth Vader scene. It was a minute and a half.
It was great.
It was great, right? So go watch another movie. Go watch Solo, and then come back and then catch the last half hour.
I really did like Solo.
Solo was good.
Yeah. It's on Netflix now, right? I gotta see that.
Yes, it is, which is great. You know, and that's what I was saying about Netflix being the Game Pass, right? And Game Pass being Netflix. In order for Game Pass to start to be the say-all, end-all, even bigger than they are now, which they need to be bigger, you need to do what Netflix has their original shows, right? That they produce, they put the money, they direct, they write. It's their stuff. Got it. Like Bird Box, etc. You guys know, okay? Right?
Bird Box, I guess.
Well, I'm just saying, it's Bird Box. There's all kinds of stuff, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But but my point being is they go out and they grab Solo. They went out and grabbed Infinity War. They went out and grabbed Thor. You know, my thing about it is Game Pass, and I hate to divert because I really do want to get back on your Star Wars subject crap. But, you know, Game Pass, I've said this since day one. Anyone's been listening. Game Pass will be all that in a bag of chips. It will be all what they want it to be the day that they start to get third-party games day and date. I know they're not going to get the creme de la creme. I get it. But you've got to start to, like, Metro Exodus? Nobody's even talking about that.
I'm going to see that game in Game Pass, I bet.
Oh,
but my point is this. Microsoft, shame on you for not having Metro Exodus day one in Game Pass. Put these games that we gamers, when a plethora of games are coming out in this month, in February, that you know we're not going to go buy that game, you know you've already get the marketing rights for, put that game in there, make it relevant. We
got that Metro. We got that Halo, right?
Exactly, but that's my point, crap. So you go out there, and now you have Game Pass, and you go, you know what? Not only do I love that I'm going to get to play Crackdown 3, I'm getting Metro. And I was never going to buy Metro.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When they start getting, and Foxy, I'll give you the mic. Once they start to actually get the Solos, the Infinity Wars, and the Thors, which is what I call the third party, that's not made by Netflix, okay? But big names, day one. Don't take it away from PlayStation. It's still available for PlayStation day one. But you get it in your Game Pass, that's when you're one of the big boys. And that's when Game Pass can't be reckoned with. Go ahead, Fox. Sorry about that.
No, I was just saying, I completely agree with you. I've been thinking about that since Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider really needed that. Even if I bought the Lara Croft edition, I still thought that people talking about a rumor or suppose it's going to be on there, they're going to add it. I thought that would have been genius, but it didn't happen. That was disappointing. And the game kind of like didn't get that much recognition because of so many other things that were happening. So I think a lot of people missed out on that one.
Real quick, Shadow of the Tomb Raider did break sales records for that reboot. So it did actually sell well. So it was good that it probably didn't go to Game Pass. But as far as everything else goes, Star Wars, for example, I love the fact that this Rogue One guy came out and he was straightforward. He kept it. He stayed salty with it. You know what I'm saying? He's not sugarcoating the shit and trying to build bridges with Disney. He's saying it like it is. It's catastrophic. It's like he's basically saying it takes an idiot to run the show like EA is doing with this franchise. I mean, you put two sticks together, you start rubbing them together, a good Star Wars game pops out, you know? So these guys are mishandling this game on a epic level. It's unbelievable. It's unreal.
Like the entire franchise.
The franchise,
so much more with this franchise that they haven't done anything with. And you know, it's sad because like you said, they could have just spit on something and put Star Wars name on it, and they probably would have sold money, but I made money off of it. But they have only come out with 2 lackluster games this whole gen. Is, you know,
and they both had drama behind it.
And canceled 2 or 3 of them, right? So
they've canceled, and it seems like they don't want to do anything unless it's like games as a service related. Which I know people go, well, Microsoft. I mean, look, there's a medium. Like when you got Star Wars, you got to have something single player, right? Like supposedly we're gonna get that Vincent Pella made What the hell is that mouthful of stuff called, Mooch?
What do you mean?
The Vincent Pella Star Wars game.
Jedi Fallen. Yep.
Yeah, you forgot another sentence, but
it's Star Wars Jedi.
Star Wars
Fallen
Jedi:
Order.
The Fallen Order, and then Vincent
Yes.
Pella's dream come true. I think
Yes,
it's called. Yeah. So
his
it's like 8. Like he was talking to what was it, Andrew Sony Renee?
yes.
And he's talking to her during the EA conference, and he's like, and here's the title of it. And I was like, oh my God, is there a commercial break in the middle of the title? Like it was, what the fuck? I'm like, what happened here? I myself personally, the titles, when you have a title so long, people don't want to say it. It's exhausting.
I mean, the premise sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. I can't wait.
What will it be though, Pred? TLGL 7617 49 38 Hut Pike Omaha.
Hut.
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Like, look, I'm interested to see what it is though, because at least it's something story based, right? That we get, unless it's I don't know, something. Yeah, I mean,
as soon as the drama happened with what if Battlefront 2, I think Disney should have stepped in and said, okay, you know what? Yeah, you can finish the whatever you're working on with Respawn, but we're gonna take the rights back so we can have other people start working on shit, because they're just giving them a bad name, bad publicity. They don't need that. They already have their own issues happening with their movies. They don't need that to add to that, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I agree 100%. I think that I really wish that we would have got something Star Wars related or again, like it all goes back to even the Marvel related stuff too.
I really miss LucasArts as well, because they used to do a lot of great games before. I mean, they had some stinkers, but you know.
Yeah, they used to partner with studios too, like Star Wars 1313. I don't think there's anybody that wouldn't have liked to give that game a try. You know what I mean?
Everybody I know wanted to play that.
Exactly. Everybody hit that like button. We are super close to 200. Omaha. Yeah. Omaha. Timothy just hit 200,000 gamer score with Resident. When does Resident Evil 2 come out, dude? Doesn't it come out for a couple days?
He's in Australia.
Thursday,
he already got it.
Friday at midnight.
Oh, okay.
Timodos already has the game physically. He posted a picture of it on Twitter. He already has the game.
Completely unfair, Timodos.
Well, you game share, so you don't get the
Crappy.
dividends.
I don't want that gory hot mess. No, thank you.
Oh yeah, you're scared of the res. I remember you.
I couldn't even finish 7. I couldn't even finish 7. So there's no way I'm gonna jump into this one. Which, by the way, is just gonna give me nightmares from when I was younger. And I tried it, and I didn't like it then, and I'm not gonna play it now.
Hey, nobody can blame you. I think
I'm playing that game as dark as we can get. We're going lights off. We're going all the way. Creep out. It's gonna be great.
He's gonna tell the entire neighborhood, everybody lights out. I gotta play.
Yeah, lights out.
You should stream some of that, Mooch.
I should stream it.
That would be great.
I'd be really loud, to be honest with you. It'd be very loud.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, get that mixer. Got that mixer. Got that. Oh wait,
got
mute yourself.
Got that. Yeah.
Mute yourself when you
mute yourself. That'd be great. Hashtag mute.
Mute. You don't want to be screaming live. That's embarrassing.
So great. I can't wait. I gotta get we gotta get the exact acronym for that Jedi game that's coming out from Vincent Pella, so we could say it's TLGR17 Omaha Hut. Like, I mean, realistically, I don't know, crap. Going back to the Star Wars thing, I think that Star Wars does need to go to somebody else besides EA. But now the hands of Star Wars, everything is in the hands of Vincent Pella. So let's hope it's something good. I hope it's
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is the official name.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like it's going to be it's a mouthful. Hopefully,
JTFO.
Yeah, hopefully it's good though.
It's got potential because, like you said, crap on a different show. You might have said it on Crossfire. It's just Vincent Pella and his team are pretty damn good. So
yeah. Here's something that shook a lot of Sony fans. PS4 exclusives like God of War and Detroit Become Human being tested out on Verizon Cloud Gaming streaming service right now. Wow. I mean, does that mean no exclusives? Like, what does that mean? No exclusives, or do we put caveats in there because it's game streaming and that doesn't mean there's no exclusives? I'm curious.
Crap, I'm just wondering what the hell Sony is getting out of this deal, because Sony doesn't give up anything for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very surprising, to be honest with you. I found it to be shocking that and those are new games. Those aren't like old games. Those are new games.
Yeah.
So
does Verizon, do they have any type of server farms or anything like that? Because we haven't heard anything from Gaikai and like those server farms, and I believe Sony also rents servers from Amazon. So the only thing I could be thinking is if Verizon or the company that owns Verizon has some stake in a server farm or something somewhere, that they might utilize that, because they also want to do something with PlayStation Now. They're revamping that whole thing as well. So I'm like, what the hell is Sony getting out of this deal right now?
Yeah, I have no idea. I would love to know exactly what it is, but I have no like Mooch. What do you think? Because like this streaming thing, everybody swore up and down that Sony would never do it, and now here they are doing it. So I would really love to know what your thoughts are on this.
Well,
Mooch.
it's the money factor crap. I mean, it's what we talked about earlier in the show. To be honest with you, you got Microsoft that's saying we're going to put this thing on every single device. So, your phone, your tablet, your PC, Xbox, PC, right? So now you have Sony being like, okay, so we don't have the Windows 10 platform as accessible. What do? Okay, so what we do is now we see Verizon and these other companies are coming out with streaming services. Let's latch onto one of them and offer our games and services the same way. That's why I say to you, a lot of this whole, be like, Mook, you said in 2013. Yeah, well, 2013 is not 2019. And technology is moving faster than we all even thought it would be. And that's why when a lot of you guys are like, streaming's never going to happen. Well, stop it. Just stop it. It's going to happen a lot, right? It's going to happen a lot sooner than you think. Is it tomorrow? No. Is it next September? Probably not. But is it like 15 years like a lot of you guys are thinking? Nope, not that long either. So my thing is, it's going to be sooner than you think. So that's the thing, crap. When you say, we were here 2 years ago when Microsoft was like, we're going to put all of our stuff on everything. And everybody was like, boo those people.
Boo!
Boo!
Boo! Boo!
Somebody threw a shoe at Phil. Oh, no, that was a different person. But nonetheless, thank you for all of you that get that. But my point being is that now you see Sony being like, holy shit, we're going to stay traditional in a certain aspect, but we need to get more revenue. How do we do that? Oh, we need to get every gamer. How do we do that? A streaming service.
But not only that, with Verizon being like a cell phone distributor and everything like that, I mean, you can have package deals with Verizon and say, the newest iPhone at that point in time with Sony and what their streaming service is.
Could be Xbot.
They could do business deals like that as well, man.
Sony's going to want to do something. But that answers your question, Crab. Why is Sony doing it now? That's why they're doing it now, because they know that, you have Google. Google's going to be, you're playing games on Google with a URL. That's all you need. So, go ahead, Pred. You have something.
Hold on, just 1 second. Crap, you notice how I used iPhone to get Mooch on my side with that? All I had to do was say iPhone. And he was like, yep, that's
iPhone.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, Pred. What were you going to say? Yellow Predator. You're mic muted.
I'm not muted.
Oh, okay. What do you have to say?
I was going to say, they're trying to get in with everybody else. They see Amazon and Microsoft going the streaming route, and so they have to latch onto somebody at some point in time to kind of stay relevant. You can't just deal with Gaikai. That hasn't really helped them out so far this generation. So they got to have somebody else to latch on to kind of help go forward in the future of the generation. So that's why they're with Verizon. The only issue I see with that is Verizon, I think, is just US based. You might have some stuff in Canada, but what about the rest of the country? Whereas, Google and Amazon and Microsoft have cloud servers everywhere. Verizon is just more of a US based company. So what are they doing in Europe? What are they doing in, India? What are they doing as far as streaming services there? Are they expecting this to work there as well? I really want to see what they have planned for, the whole globe, because PlayStation sold everywhere. So how are they going to expand this out besides just through Verizon?
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see exactly how they can do that. And like you guys said, what do they get out of it? What realistically, Sony must have some kind of deals in there. You know what I mean? Like some kind of deal, some kind of something that to make something off of this. And will it piss off people like on the Sony side, right? Because at the end of the day, that's all they care about is like their exclusive, so to say. And if these games are not quote unquote exclusive to just a PlayStation 4, which obviously Sony can't keep doing that. You know, if they want to grow, if they want to be competitive in the future, and I've said this multiple times, they're going to have to do some of the stuff that Microsoft is doing, like the streaming stuff on your phones or the tablet or whatever, like more stuff day and date on the PC streaming side. I think that's what we're going to see. Otherwise, they're going to get left in the dust when it comes to a lot of these, like users, monthly active users, as everybody hits that like button, because we need to get to 250 likes before the show is over. Let's get the 250 likes. That would be amazing.
They're still dipping their toes into crossplay. Like they got what, the second game now? With, Rocket League.
Soccer cars. Yes, Mooch's soccer cars, right?
Yes, without you.
Yes.
You know, eventually we'll get more games, but they're being like a turtle or a snail, very slow with everything.
Oh, yeah, I mean, look, there's a rumor that which could take me into Mortal Kombat, I guess. Mortal Kombat 11, which I thought looked amazing, and I'm not like a huge fighting fan. I've dabbled a bit this generation. I really like Killer Instinct. I like the last Mortal Kombat. It's going to be interesting to see how it comes out. But this supposedly, I mean, it's going to be on Switch. There's also saying that they might be having crossplay. So, what is your guys' thoughts on that? Mooch, are you getting this game? Should we cue the GIF?
I'm back.
Should we cue the GIF where you're like punching the
smashing your controller?
Punching the controller. Yeah, actually, this entire podcast, I took the new Phantom controller and I've just been stepping on it. I'm practicing.
My God.
I'm practicing, guys. You guys go ahead and podcast. I'm practicing. No, I'm looking forward to Mortal Kombat 11. I like how they got back to the roots. I like the gore. I like the guts. I like what they're doing. The facial expressions, the fatalities, everything's kind of getting a little bit back. The rhyme and rhythms there. Look, is it something I'm going to play 24/7? Absolutely not. But it's a fighter that, Street Fighter 5 came out, and I loved Street Fighter 2 when I was a kid. I loved it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, that wasn't my bag. Just to get back into that, it seemed a little bit boring. But Mortal Kombat, I've always liked and loved. Hopefully, 11 is I'm going to stick my money into it and see what happens. But yeah, I'm back. I'm definitely back on that.
This whole thing about it going to the Switch as well. You know the Don. I think everybody out in the chat knows the Don. But he was talking about how it's easier and easier nowadays to scale a game up or down to have it run on multiple pieces of hardware. You got the Tegra 2 that's in the Switch, the customized Tegra 2, by the way. So it just shows you that, when people are talking about, forwards compatibility with the next generation of consoles, it is actually going to make sense. And I think Xbox will have it to where the newer games will be able to run on the Xbox One X if you don't go into that. But it just shows how easy it is for developers to scale a game up or down to fit anything, even, the Nintendo Switch. I'm excited for the game. I look at the graphics and absolutely outstanding. I like what they did with the 3 different offense, defense, and fatal blow bars. Where
fatal blow.
But but they used to have that all as one bar, so you had to decide what you were going to use it for. And I think by splitting it up into their own separate bars, it's going to speed up the gameplay as well. I'm looking forward to it. They just better have my boy Rain as a playable character. That's all I want. Yeah.
Interesting. Salty, I saw you say some interesting things about this game. What's your thoughts on this Mortal Kombat game?
So Super Smash Brothers, I'm going to lead in with that because I'm not a fighting fan, not into that at all, right? But Super Smash Brothers has sucked me in like a high-powered vacuum, right?
Gotcha. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I was playing that before
garden hose, bro.
I was playing that before the show, and I almost was late because I was playing it. And if you would have told me that even before I bought it, because I knew I would have fun with it, but I didn't know I was going to get roped in like that. Yeah. I think the same thing could happen with Mortal Kombat 11, to be honest, because I like how they slowed down the combat. I love the fatalities. The fatal blow is awesome.
Yes.
It's going to be hard going from 70 plus characters down to like 20 something. but I think I'll be okay with that. And just the level of detail and the Unreal Engine 4 is just outstanding, right? We're getting graphics that are just, they look realistic, and that's what I've been hoping for this whole generation, to get these next gen style graphics, and we're getting that now that we're at the tail end of this generation, and it's just outstanding, man.
What did you think about Ronda Rousey as
Oh my
Sonya?
God. I mean, who's excited for Ronda? First of all, I thought they were saying, oh, Ronda Rousey's going to be Sonya Blade, so they're going to like mocap her face. And I was looking at the face. I was like, man, you guys fucked this up. Excuse the language, but
oh dang!
I was like, damn, her face does not look like Ronda Rousey, but it's her voice. And I people don't care either way, I think. But yeah, man.
Well, she's a marketable character. I mean, you know what I mean? Like as a whatever, she does pretty good for like the WWE and stuff like that. So
it's true. I mean, if you're into that, I know you are. I was big into the WWE back when The Rock was there, and
when it was WWF. Hell yeah.
So that's cool that they got her voice. I mean, they're trying to touch all those wrestling fans and get their dollars in there. But I don't know if it really moves the meter for a lot of people. I was looking at Twitter, and people just really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, hey, you could be right, man. I don't have one way or the other.
Because why wouldn't they put her face in there if they're gonna have her in the game? You know, like she could be promoting Blade. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, you're not wrong. Mooch. So let me ask you this: are you gonna pick it up on the Switch, or are you an Xbox One guy?
Switch.
Probably the Switch, because if I start kicking the Switch, I'll damage the screen.
Switch, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Merry Switchmas, everybody! Remember that from Microsoft?
Yeah, how can
Merry
we forget?
Switchmas. We all
how can we forget?
Let's all promote Switch because we're Microsoft. Great. Yeah.
No, definitely Xbox One, dude. The game looks like a lot of fun. I like the tournaments. Shout out to UK Dazarus, a bunch of guys that put that together. Like it's awesome. That's a lot of fun. I would definitely do that. I don't know. It's not like I gotta agree with Salt. It's not my go-to game. I left Fighters a long time ago. I don't think it's like the greatest thing, but I'm just happy to see Mortal Kombat still stay alive, and for new generation of people coming up and enjoying Fighters, they get to see Mortal Kombat just evolve in the right direction. So
yeah, I like what they've done with it because they've managed to make it evolve, and I think that's something to do when you're on Mortal Kombat 11.
Right.
So I mean, to me, that's pretty amazing that they're still able to sort of change up what's going on there, and I'm excited to actually try that out. So, like I said, I'm excited, even though I'm not a huge fighting fan. But hey, looks good to me.
You gonna get that $300 collector's edition?
Hell no, man! I'm not made of money. I got a girlfriend now. I got to spend money on her. It's like it's crazy. So
you can buy her the $300.
Hell yeah!
I don't know
for us.
Yeah, well, that's not as good to her as say a pair of shoes or a pair of boots. You know what I mean? Like that's that's how it goes when. At least for me anyway. So I want to talk about God of War level designer. Leaves Sony Santa Monica, goes right across the street to Microsoft's The Initiative. This is some, as the Don would say, Mooch, is this just a Wednesday or is this a big deal? Like this is another Tuesday.
I like it. I was like, today feels like Tuesday. Tomorrow feels like Tuesday. The day after that feels like Tuesday. So apparently we don't have any other days in the week but Tuesday. So... shout out to the Don. I'm a big fan of the Don. I love his work. I think everything he does is great. And I love when he comes on the podcast. He's going to be on Crossfire in the upcoming weeks, by the way. Me and him actually were able to schedule that. But my point being is that this is not another Tuesday. It was what I was always saying. This is a big deal. This is a huge deal. What they're going and they're grabbing the creme de la creme. What Don is talking about and what Don's right about is that, people exchange people all the time. And my rationale was, people exchange, like, the towel boy for the Raptors is always going to be the towel boy for the Knicks at some point, right? But when you trade a major star, okay, like when LeBron left Cleveland, went to the Lakers, that does not happen every Tuesday. That does not happen every year. To get a major star is a big deal. And the Initiative is going out and they're grabbing major stars from multiple studios now. Multiple studios. And in very key directive positions, okay? Lead artist, lead level platform. Big deal. Big deal. So
was the level design really that good in God of War, though?
Xbot, we will completely take what you just said and extract it right from the podcast.
His name is Xbot448.
I won't even answer that.
I've got to
admit. Of
course, I can't say anything bad about God of War. Which button is the jump button, by the way? I forget.
There's no, you don't need a jump button. Hey, that's the game of our damn lifetime, Xbox. You show some respect.
Have you ever thrown an axe and then put your hand out and it comes back to you?
Well, I got both.
I'm gonna
I got
try
both
that shit
hands
though,
extended. I am bowing now.
Record that shit. But I mean, my point being is that they are grabbing some high profile folks. And listen, I love making these great. This is why we do talk shows, folks. You know, everybody's fact check. It's a gosh darn podcast about video games. It's fun to have a little bit of a thought process moving forward. I like to say, right? So we are having a lot of fun here. There is great people going to the initiative. I think that Microsoft is putting together this dream team, okay? That's another thing that doesn't happen every Tuesday, okay? The dream team came about, every 4 years for the Olympics? That's not every Tuesday. So my point being is that they come together. They're going to put together. I think they are putting together a massive MMO that works for Game Pass. It never ends. It is just an unbelievable. And that's how you listen. If you are already part of a championship team like Naughty Dog is one of the best. Come on, guys. I don't care if you like Xbox or you don't. I don't care. Naughty Dog is one of the best. If you already have a successful team, you already know that The Last of Us 2 is going to be a major success, okay? Just on its recognition and name, let alone how good it's going to be. Why would you leave? Why would you leave these teams that are all doing so well? Because these are the folks that want to challenge themselves. They want to do more. They don't want to go over to the initiative, make a single-player game, have 3 good years, and then be back on the open market. They are leaving their championship seat because they want to excel. They want to be a part of something great. They want to be a part of something new. So when everyone's like, no, Mooks, the initiative's just going to put together a great single-player, one-and-done game and see you later. It's Microsoft's chance to make a Naughty Dog. Wrong. And listen, if that's what they do, great, we'll enjoy it. But I myself, if I was one of the head lead artists, level designers, you fill in the blank, lead fill in the blank at Naughty Dog, and you told me you had an idea or a concept for a single-player game, I'd be like, thank you so much for the invite. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the latte and the set of candles. I'm going to go back to Naughty Dog where The Last of Us 2 is going to come out and wow everybody to death. Thanks.
Well,
so
Mooks,
what I'm saying to you
this.
is they are going over there to do something absolutely great.
I don't know if they're going to do an MMO.
I think it's going to be a gas.
No.
It's going to be a games as a service.
I think they're doing multiple projects. They're hiring way too many people, too many talented people, because you can't have that many chiefs and not have Indians working for you. You know what I'm saying? So I
hear you.
There's too many people going over there.
That theory still doesn't hold water with so much leadership over there. You're gonna have 8 studios under one name.
No, not necessarily 8. I would not. Okay, they have one studio, but they're probably making multiple games in that one studio. That's what I think. I don't think they're just doing one game. They can't be doing one game with the amount of people they're hiring, the talent they're hiring. They're not all going to work together on just one game.
That may be the case, Pred, but realistically, again, I'm using your rationale, and I'm saying here's where you're wrong. There's too many leaders over there. So even if you're going to make 2, you still have too many leaders. So I think if you look at who they're grabbing, the leadership positions are all in their specific areas. They don't have 2 of the same leaders. So what I think they're doing is a massive I'm calling it MMO. Okay, I don't know. It wasn't like Mooch was flown over, just briefed, and then now don't say everything on Crossfire. Okay, it's like that's not going to happen. So what I'm saying to you is, this is my hypothesis: is that they are doing something big, and it may not be an MMO, but it's going to be a games as a service. It's something that's going to put a Game Pass on blast. And that's why you're bringing all these people in. Yeah, sure. I'm not saying Pred's 100% wrong. They may make 2 games, but their primary game is going to be massive for Game
They
Pass.
cannot fuck up this first game.
I agree.
If it's 1 or 5, they cannot.
Agree.
This first game has to be fucking door blade. Like it's got to blow people off the hinges.
I completely agree.
Because if it's not, this is what I think. I think people are hearing what they're working on behind the scenes, and they're like, I want to get in, and they're jumping over and jumping on the team. That's what I think is happening.
Pred, let me run with what you just said.
That's actually
they are hearing that.
That's a smart take.
But hear me out. Well, it's smart. That's what I just said, Crap. Thanks for my compliment. That's what I just said for an hour and a half. Crap took a break. A sandwich.
Good job, Pred. Good job, Pred.
Hey, good job, Pred. Way to go. But Pred,
I'm a guest.
Pred, I'm a guest. Pred, but here's what I'm saying. So now take what you just said and hear me out. If I'm working at Naughty Dog and I got The Last of Us 2 coming out in a year and a half, you just said it yourself. If they're leapfrogging, it's got to be massive. And I'm not leaving The Last of Us 2, which is going to be massive, to just go over and do another maybe single-player game that's going to do maybe great. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's got to be something that's long-lasting, more than a 3-4 year project, which means what? Games as a service, Game Pass, MMO, loot drops, big time, flying around, the whole nine. Like,
so
big time.
What are they working on? Because we can sit down here and go through the list of what they're not working on, right? Because we know who's making Halo, we know who's making Gears, we know who's making Forza, we know who's making.
I think they're making
Fable.
something like Gears or Halo with a great story, but also great multiplayer.
Right.
They can last. You know what I mean?
So you're thinking something new, like a brand new, fresh IP.
A brand new IP, but I also think they might be helping out with this reboot of Perfect Dark. I mean, there's lots of rumors that Perfect Dark's being worked on, possibly helped by the Coalition.
I'd also like that to be struck in from tonight's podcast.
Hey, come on, man. Hey,
you think they're bringing all this talent in for Perfect Dark?
Listen.
I just cringed so hard when you said that.
Salty just made a Perfect Dark yesterday.
A third-person hardcore reboot of Perfect Dark.
You can make that in dreams.
Make it in dreams. The initiative working
PlayStation, man. I
on
don't
Perfect Dark in dreams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a game designer. Come on, man. Perfect Dark I like Perfect Dark. I think that it would be a really good game to get.
This team.
And the cringiest award of the night goes to
Perfect Crapgamer.
Foxy, what do you think?
If you have Perfect Dark done, give it to the
I don't think Rare's
folks.
working on that. You know, we working on Perfect Dark.
Like somebody might be overseeing it, but I think that I've heard plenty of rumors to say that Perfect Dark is something being worked on right now too. So
yeah, I agree with that, but I don't think it's them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like it's something bigger.
Not the initiative.
I love Fox.
Something bigger.
Yeah, no.
Well, I got everybody took a big crap on me with this one, man.
Hand that off to In Exile.
I mean, I agree. I want to see that come back. It needs a major reboot, if anything. Just like Tomb Raider, rose from the grave again. I want to see that too. But
reboot
I don't think
like Tomb Raider. That's what I'm saying.
Sure,
reboot
and then
it
have
like
some
Tomb Raider.
differences to it. But
absolutely.
I don't think that it's gonna be this studio. I think that they're working on something big and special, which I'm looking forward to because I like the fact that they're grabbing people from different things, different places, and they're gonna come up with something. I don't know. It should be interesting.
What I want the initiative to be working on is a mobile game. Boom.
Wow.
Mobile version of Halo, baby. You heard it here.
You would say that, Switch Boy.
Oh man.
Put
Put it on the Switch. Put it on the Switch while you're at it, right, Salty? Come on, man. Okay, so I did want to talk about. Wow, it's getting late. PS5 price leak allegedly said there's going to be $499, only 8 T-flops. That doesn't sound too good. Sony fans could be pissed. I mean, it's only 2 more T-flops than the Xbox One X. $500. We've got rumors that at least one version of the next Xbox is going to be only $399. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Mooch, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, I think that that's not a crazy far-fetched number. I mean, I'd be amazed if the PlayStation 5 is not $499, and the Anaconda, I mean, $499 might be when it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Look, it is what it is. That's why Microsoft's doing the multiple SKUs. Although I look at it a little bit differently. I think they're going to have a Beast for $699, or excuse me, $599, and I think they're going to have their match. Whatever Sony puts out for the PS5, that's what was it called? The Lockhart I think the Lockhart will match the PS5, and then they're going to have one that's a beast that's $100 more. So no need to use numbers. Let's just use more instead of numbers. We don't know the numbers. So the PS5 and the Lockhart will be pretty close. If not, the Lockhart may be a little bit cheaper. And then you'll have Microsoft will have a SKU that's a little bit more. And what they're doing is what's been on the market for ages. They're just giving the consumer the option. Do you want great or greatest? And that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you on this show or any show which one you should buy. But I mean, realistically, do I think the PS5 being $499 is crazy? I don't think that's crazy. I mean, I think you're crazy if you think that's crazy.
Well, you know what? So here's the rumor about the next Xbox. Custom 8-core, 16-thread Zen's 2 CPU,
right?
Custom Navi, 12 teraflop GPU, 16 gigs GDDR6 memory, storage, 1 terabyte. Plus, it looks like it's going to be they're going to be using a solid state drive, which that sounds a little expensive. DirectX ray tracing plus Microsoft AI. You know that. I mean, it sounds very impressive. That's stuff that Sony doesn't have. They don't have Microsoft AI.
Deep learning, man. That deep learning, which they could use for like enemy AI to really truly learn like how you're playing. Because I know there's games out there this generation and even the previous generations like, oh, the AI is learning what you're doing, and I've never really seen that come to fruition. But on paper, this looks like kind of like the situation we're in now, minus the PS4 Slim. Now, I think this is putting, if it's true, it's putting more focus on the Lockhart right now than the Anaconda, in my opinion. And now, if the Lockhart is like even say one T flop lower than the PS5, this is going to be really interesting there because it's already at a lower price point. It's really in terms of power, it's comparable to what Sony is putting out there. That's why I think it's putting more focus on what's going to happen with the Lockhart more than the Anaconda. The Anaconda, people who want the absolute best, the greatest performance, possibly the solid state drive, that's a no-brainer. They're going to go for, the Anaconda. But this puts a little like interesting twist, in my opinion, more emphasis on the Lockhart. If all these rumors turn out to be true, I don't know.
It's a good point, Xbot.
Yeah. Anybody else like Pred? What do you think, man?
I don't really like getting into the price wars, but I think what Xbot is saying is true. Like they got to come out with something just as powerful and comparable to the base model next PlayStation.
Yes.
And it's got they already came out and said once that they refuse to lose the war on power. So that would mean to me that they have to come out with obviously 2 SKUs, which is what they're doing, but they can't have like the base model PS coming out to be better than what their base model is,
Right.
We got maybe the streaming box coming out, which I think is just going to be like just, the bare bones they can put on there. But the Lockhart, I think, has to be basically, if they're going to come out with 8 teraflops, they need to do 8.2. So like they can't come in at 7.8 or something like that. It's going to cause chaos and stuff like that. Because if you look at the sales, how many people bought an X versus how many people bought an S? I think the X was really successful for what it did, but when it came out with the price it did, a lot of people kind of shied away from it in the beginning. And if you're going to launch these both at the same time, or like generally within the same time frame, and you're going to have one that's going to be slightly less powerful than the PlayStation 5 and one significantly more powerful, but also at a significant higher price, I think people will just gravitate to the PS5. I think, the side factor in this is what is Sony going to do with their PS5? Are they going to do back and pat? Or are they not? And that may be the selling point for them. If they do back and pat, people who already have a PlayStation will just stick with the next PlayStation 5. Whereas if they don't, they may gravitate over to the Xbox side. But the big factor in all this is the games. If they don't come out with games at launch that actually surprise people, and I think that's why they kind of held back a little bit and not announce some of the things this year. But if they come out with not just the hardware, but the software to back it up, they'll be okay.
Yo, Pred, can you imagine, like, they held off, like, they're holding off, like, this year until basically the end of the year with PlayStation Experience. Dude, how funny would it be if they held off all this time just to re-announce the same games that they have been talking about?
Dang.
Yeah.
You talking
The
about
media
Sony?
would be like, it's brilliant.
Sony.
They
Yeah.
just announced this game called Death Stranding. We've never heard anything about
Never
it.
seen it ever.
It doesn't ring a bell. I
New
don't know.
game.
So yeah,
Ghost of
it's
Tsushima.
gonna,
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that they're what was it? It's just one system, right? That they're talking about for the PlayStation. It's not like they have different
just
SKUs,
one.
right?
Just one.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's interesting. I think it would be back compat. I don't think it's gonna be forwards compatible. I don't know why. I feel like that's like they don't care for that. It's not a big thing that the fans are talking about. If anything, PlayStation fans tell me all the time, "Damn, I wish PlayStation had back compat like Xbox." That's what they say for most part. But I don't think they mind buying a new console to get newer games and not worrying about the ones they already had, unless they get them remastered. Then that's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the price it makes sense if they're making it like the X, but I don't know. I'm not interested in hardware and all that jazz right now anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, lady, when you get the Sony extremists in a bunker underground, they know nobody is listening. They'll be like, you know what? I love that back compat. I wish we had it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
I know like 6 of them, dude. They tell me that all the time. Personally, not online friends, but personally, yeah.
What about you, Salty? Any kind of thoughts on this? What do you think?
Yeah, I think next gen is going to be a hard sell, man, in general. I think the consumer base, there's not that big of a jump this console gen as opposed to last or even the one before that. With the Xbox, the base, you're going up to 4K resolution. Even before that, you go standard def to high def. Now you're trying to sell people on, hey, we got 4K, but we're going to have better 4K a little bit. And it will have 60 frames per second on most games. And it's like the casuals are going to be like, so what's frame rate? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So if they have forward and backwards compatibility, I think it's going to be a tough sell. And I think that's the exact reason why they're pushing this cloud streaming stuff, because we've kind of hit like this plateau when it comes to tech. 4K is where it's at right now. The adoption rate for TVs is not that high. They're coming out with 8K shit, and they don't even have a lot of 4K programming. So it's like people are buying 8K TVs and have nothing to put on their TV.
Not only that, I don't want to see people sweat and stuff like that on TV. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was already a big enough jump when you start seeing the 4K faces and like the wrinkles. Like, man, I don't want to see anymore. Yeah, 4K. Yeah, like, man, I don't want to see pores and zits and like you can actually see the makeup. You can actually see the makeup that people are wearing, man.
Oh, that's bad makeup. Dang.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Like, I hope they don't. And you know what? Mooch has sent me a GIF. Wrap it up.
It's that time, folks.
Yes, like we
just hit 9 o'clock. He was not even wasting any time sending that shit.
I know. Well, you know what happens, Mooch? Like, I end this shit like on time. I'm like one of the only people that does that. Mooch, well, he won't start wrapping it up till 9 minutes later. I'm like, damn, we got like 20 outros to get.
I play it like a soccer game. If we start 9 minutes late, I try to go over 9.
Hey, we started almost 10 minutes late, but I'm still ending it at 10 because it's
10:01 over here on my clock.
I know. I'm ending it now, Mooch. Damn it. Yeah.
We
got outro still.
Hey, get real time, not that New York
time. You're still on that soccer time too, crap.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. But hey, everybody, hit that like button. We're closing in on 250 likes. Mooch, what do you got going on this week, my friend?
We have Crossfire, 7 p.m. Eastern time on
the
Move. Check that out. We'll have a great show for you guys lined up. A lot of news, a lot of opinions, a lot of yelling.
Yes.
But regardless, no matter how you look at it, it'll be great. And then we've got the MNC show on the Mooch 78 this week as well, 11 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday morning. That's what you want to do. Pot of coffee, Mooch and crap. Good dang. Sounds like a good time to me. I'll be there.
Sounds like a damn fine time.
Yes.
Damn fine coffee, too. Oh, I don't know. That's something else. But
I'll make some coffee. So.
Maybe. Salty, what do you got going on, man? What's going on, bro?
Hey, first and foremost, shameless plug. I got an Anthem giveaway on PlayStation or Xbox. All you got to do is enter that little link I put in the chat, and I wasn't sure if that was okay or not. But
yeah, that's
anyway,
fine, man. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So we're doing that, and then Salty's Gaming Podcast tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's about it, folks.
Be there.
All right, yep. Foxy, what do you got going on?
Nothing much. Making videos. Actually, I gotta get back into posting more deals. I've been slacking on that. It's kind of sad. What the hell?
Foxy deals.
Foxy
what the hell happened to
question
those?
Mark?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say I'm happy to be back on this show. Got a lot of good topics that we talked about. Hope everybody in the chat liked it. But yeah, check out my channel if you have a chance. Check out the videos that I've been posting lately. I'm working on some more as well, and probably do some hand modeling soon in one of my videos. So.
Nice, nice.
Thumbs are coming out, folks.
They are the thumbs.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. That's what it's for.
Real
thumbs up.
When you got the thumbs out, right? So we got that to look forward to. VapeBot 4973 with the Captain Crunch with the reverse Fruity Pebble on the background. What do you got going on, man?
Of course, every Friday I am part of the panel on Crossfire. It is going to be a lit show. I can pretty much guarantee that. And Saturday on my channel is the next podcast. I'm pretty sure Predator is happy. He got a break because, gameplay winner from last week's voting and stuff like that. So he got a break from creating gameplay for the show. But we are going live 7 p.m. on my channel. And I think I'm going live tomorrow with something that people are either going to love it or hate it. And I can't wait to see what the chat has to say. But I'm going to do a little live video tomorrow, something about the future of console gaming. I think people are going to want to tune in and check out. So
the future.
Check it out. We've got VapeBot and the future of.
Well, one thing is, I'm not afraid. Mooch knows this. Is why he brought me on Crossfire. I am not afraid to share my opinions. I thought tonight's show was absolutely fire. I love going in and sharing my opinions, agree, disagree, or whatnot. So, going in with Salty, that was absolutely phenomenal. And of course, me and Mooch go back and forth. We've done this time and time again, man.
Oh, absolutely. That's it's part of the fun of this whole thing. And wrapping up his first guest appearance, and hopefully not his last, man. Predator, what do you got going on, man?
Next podcast Saturday. Thank you for having me on. Like I said, this is the first time I've been on the show, and
hell yeah, we popped that cherry, man.
We did.
Oh my god.
I'm still moist.
Oh wow!
Thank you for having me on. And, anytime you need me, man, 6 man of Xbox podcast. Anybody needs me, just hit me up, and I'll jump on the podcast. So
I was gonna say something sweet about Pred, and now I just feel awkward.
I feel kind of icky right now.
No, he did a really good job, man.
I did my 3rd podcast ever, and Pred was there, and it was really cool. I remember that. It was on Console Corner back in the day. So I just wanted to say it's happy to see him again, but now I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Hey, check out Jamie Moran's GIF. Who does number 2 work for? I love that.
Who does number 2 work for?
And with that, we'll catch you guys later, man. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to all these fine people, and we'll catch you next time. Rack them up. Peace out.
Peace.
Later.